Betrayal may have broken your heart, but it doesn't define your worth or the end of your story. If you're going through the pain of marital infidelity, I know it can feel like your world is falling apart. The doubts, the fear, and the hurt take over, and you may find yourself asking, is it possible to heal? Can the marriage be rebuilt? The answer isn't simple, but there is a path forward. Today, I'll walk you through 5 essential steps to heal after infidelity. Steps that can help you find clarity, strength, and perhaps a fresh start, whether that's with him or on your own. Shall we discover together how to rebuild what's been broken? 1. Acknowledge reality and responsibility. Have you ever asked yourself why this happened? Was it your fault? Can the relationship be rebuilt? When infidelity enters a marriage, it feels as though the ground has disappeared beneath you. The pain, anger, shame, and sense of loss can overwhelm you, leaving you confused and deeply hurt. But if you've made it this far, know that there are paths to understanding the situation, healing, and, if it's your desire, rebuilding the relationship. I promise you'll find clarity and strength to face this painful chapter. Shall we walk this path together? The first step to healing after betrayal is acknowledging reality and responsibility, and this applies to both sides. For you, the one who was betrayed, this is a moment to embrace your emotions, understand that it's not your fault, and, most importantly, accept the raw truth. This happened. It doesn't mean you weren't enough, or that your story has lost its value, but it is necessary to face the situation honestly in order to begin overcoming it. When trust is broken, it's natural to feel a whirlwind of emotions, deep sadness, intense anger, insecurity, and even self-doubt. It's important to validate these feelings. Allow yourself to cry, scream, write, or talk about what you're experiencing. Your pain is real and should not be hidden or minimized. This is your time to heal, and suppressing your pain will only prolong your suffering. Ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? What do I need at this moment to feel safer and more supported? Am I blaming myself? Why? Understanding that you are not responsible for someone else's choice to betray you is liberating. The decision to cheat was a conscious choice made by your partner, not a direct consequence of something you did or didn't do. Relationships have challenges, but betrayal is an escape from problems, not a solution. If the other person truly wants to rebuild the marriage, their first step is to take responsibility for the betrayal without making excuses. It was a mistake. It didn't mean anything. Or, you weren't paying attention to me, are statements that only cause more pain. The truth is, the responsibility lies 100% with the one who chose to betray. The partner must show genuine remorse, listen to you patiently, and truly understand the depth of the impact their actions have caused. Without this, moving forward isn't possible. Finally, remember that facing the truth is painful but necessary. Acknowledging reality means looking at what happened head-on, embracing how you feel, and, little by little, gaining clarity about what you want for your future. This is just the beginning of your healing journey, and you are stronger than you think. Shall we take the next step together? 2. Establishing honest and open communication. How can I ever trust someone who hurt me so much again? Is it even worth sitting down and hearing what he has to say? Will he actually understand how I feel, or will he just get defensive? These are questions many women ask themselves after experiencing betrayal. The truth is, communication between you and your partner, when done honestly and openly, can become one of the most important pillars in the healing process. Yes, it's hard, but it's essential. If you decide to speak and listen, it needs to be with a clear goal in mind, to seek understanding and rebuilding, not to win an argument. The first thing to know is that you have every right to express all your emotions and questions. Betrayal leaves scars, and it's natural for you to have doubts, insecurities, and even a deep need to understand why it happened. However, the way this conversation is handled can set the pace for your healing. Instead of yelling or accusing without restraint, which is understandable when you're in pain, try to choose calmer moments to talk. Allow yourself to express your anger and hurt, but with the intention of being truly heard. You need to feel that your words carry weight and that your pain is acknowledged. On the other hand, listening is also part of the process, and it can be incredibly challenging. If your partner is willing to be honest, he will need to answer hard questions and talk about uncomfortable truths. For this to work, he has to open up completely. No lies, no half-truths. Dishonesty at this moment is the worst thing that could happen. If you feel he's not being truthful, it'll be impossible to rebuild anything. So set a clear rule: I need honesty, no matter how much it hurts. If he wants to move forward with you, the truth has to come out. Another critical part of communication is creating an environment of empathy, even in the middle of the pain. When it comes to betrayal, it's easy to focus on blame and get lost in accusations. However, the goal of these conversations shouldn't be to punish the other person, but to understand what brought the relationship to this breaking point. This doesn't mean justifying the betrayal, but rather identifying gaps in the relationship that need to be addressed. Open dialogue allows you to see not only what happened, but also what changes need to be made for a stronger future. With time and practice, this communication can become a safe space, a place where you can share fears, boundaries, and hopes without hesitation. Rebuilding dialogue is like watering a dried-up plant. It takes time and care, but it can bloom again. Believe me, you deserve to be heard, and above all, to be understood. 3. Seeking professional help. Can I really get through this on my own? What will people think if I seek help? Can a therapist truly help me deal with this pain? These are common questions that arise when considering therapy after betrayal. However, the emotional weight caused by infidelity can be overwhelming, and trying to deal with it alone can make the journey even harder. Seeking professional help isn't a sign of weakness. It's an act of courage and self-love. It's a step toward understanding yourself, your emotions, and the paths you can take moving forward. A therapist or counselor who specializes in relationships offers something that conversations with friends or family often can't: a neutral, safe space, free from judgment. When you're immersed in pain, it's natural for friends and family to take your side or try to downplay what happened to comfort you. As well-intentioned as they may be, professional counseling goes deeper. It helps you face the truth objectively, explore the underlying causes of the infidelity, and understand the impact it has had on you, your partner, and the relationship. Additionally, therapy isn't just for couples. Often, individual work is essential. Infidelity can awaken deep insecurities, fears of abandonment, a loss of self-esteem, and even past traumas that need to be addressed. A professional will guide you through recognizing and embracing these emotional wounds, helping you rebuild confidence in yourself and reshape your vision for the future. If you and your partner decide to seek therapy together, the focus will be on rebuilding trust and finding new ways forward in the relationship. The therapist isn't there to assign blame or tell you what to do, but to mediate difficult conversations, bring clarity, and identify the weak points in the relationship. Often, betrayal is a symptom of problems that were already present, but went unaddressed. Working through this with a professional helps uncover behaviors that need to change and creates a healthier, more transparent, and more authentic relationship moving forward. Seeking professional help is, above all, an investment in yourself, an investment in your healing, self-awareness, and well-being. It's an act of self-love that makes space for you to rebuild yourself stronger, more aware, and more confident about what you want. If your relationship has a chance to be reborn, therapy can be the light that guides the way. And if you choose to move forward on your own, it can provide the support you need to start over, with confidence and courage. 4. Rebuilding trust through consistent actions. Rebuilding trust after betrayal is one of the most challenging tasks a couple can face. After all, the foundation of the relationship has been broken, and you may find yourself asking, how can I ever believe him again? What if it happens again? How do I trust without getting hurt even more? These questions are natural because betrayal creates a deep divide between what you thought was true and the reality that came to light. The path to regaining that trust doesn't come through empty promises, but through consistent, daily, and repeated actions that demonstrate genuine commitment and respect. Trust isn't rebuilt overnight. There's no magic formula or apology that can erase what happened. The partner who betrayed you needs to understand that, from this moment on, actions speak far louder than words. Words like, "I've changed" or "it'll never happen again" only hold value if they're backed by clear, concrete behaviors. That's why it's essential for him to be transparent, patient, and predictable in his actions. This transparency can include small things, like keeping open communication about where he is, who he's with, or why he took a while to respond. While these may seem like minor actions, they carry tremendous weight for someone who's been betrayed because they show that the partner is willing to rebuild trust one brick at a time. At the same time, for this rebuilding to happen, you also need to allow yourself to observe and process these changes. It's completely normal to feel doubt or even paranoia at first. Questions like, "Is he hiding something?" will come up. That's part of the process. However, as consistent actions continue to occur, it's important to acknowledge that effort. Of course, he made a mistake, but if he's truly committed to the relationship, his behavior needs to reflect that. This is also the time to establish clear boundaries about what you expect moving forward. The betrayal cannot be erased, but the future of the relationship depends on new rules built on respect and loyalty. Make it clear what's non-negotiable for you. A genuinely remorseful partner will not only listen to these boundaries, but respect them without question. Rebuilding trust is a slow process that requires patience from both sides. For the person who is betrayed, it might feel impossible to believe that things will ever feel safe again. But with consistent actions, real commitment, and the time needed to heal, trust can bloom again. It won't be the same as before because now the relationship will have been rebuilt with more maturity, awareness, and truth. It's a difficult path, but it's possible when there is love and a willingness from both partners. 5. Redefining the relationship and creating new bonds. After betrayal, it's common to feel like the relationship you once had no longer exists. The truth is, in a way, it really doesn't, but that doesn't mean something new and stronger can't be born. Rebuilding a relationship after infidelity isn't about going back to normal, because normal no longer exists. It's about redefining the relationship, creating new bonds, and laying a much stronger, more conscious, and truthful foundation for the future. At this point, both you and your partner need to look at the relationship with fresh eyes. What went wrong? What was missing? What needs went unspoken or unmet? This doesn't mean justifying the betrayal, but rather understanding the cracks in the relationship that may have been overlooked over time. When these issues are brought to light with honesty and maturity, you can view the betrayal not as a final ending, but as a sign that deep changes were needed. It might sound scary, but it can also be freeing because it makes space for a more authentic relationship. Creating new bonds means relearning how to connect with your partner. This involves restoring not just physical intimacy, but emotional closeness, too. Sometimes, in the middle of life's routines, couples stop sharing dreams, moments of joy, and even simple, lighthearted moments. Now, more than ever, it's time to invest in experiences that bring you closer together again. It could be a candlelit dinner, a walk hand in hand, or even discovering a new hobby together. The goal is to create positive memories that serve as the foundation for this new phase of your relationship. It's also essential that you rediscover yourself in the process. Infidelity can deeply shake your self-esteem and identity, making you feel lost. Taking care of yourself, investing in your dreams, and reaffirming your worth are fundamental parts of starting over. A healthy relationship is built by two whole individuals, and it's important to never lose sight of who you are, no matter what happened. Finally, be patient. Redefining a relationship takes time, effort, and commitment from both sides. Not every day will be easy, but if both of you are willing to rebuild together, love can grow stronger than ever before. So, what do you think about these steps to rebuild a relationship? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below sharing your experiences or questions. If this content helped you in any way, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who could benefit from this message. Let's walk this path of healing and new beginnings together.